Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou. I am feeling nostalgic today, so let's do some journaling. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Today I am going to construct some stacked envelopes to put on top of a journal that I am making. I am feeling a bit nostalgic, and so I am doing a journal that is going to be very frou-frou. Ha! Isn't that appropriate? I have started one, and it looks like this. And it is an old embroidered doily or table scarf or whatever that I found at an antique shop. And I have just put it on. This one is going to have no sew signatures in it. As I tie this in a knot instead of untying it. None of this is permanent. I just kind of have it together so I can figure out what I'm doing. But it's going to have two signatures that are just tea dyed, coffee dyed, and avocado dyed paper. All different sizes. In here, I think it has about 24 sheets, so it's a pretty good writing surface. And I'm going to do two signatures, like I said, and they're going to be no sew. And then the base of this is just a brown paper bag. It's like one of those shopping bags, you know, that have the handles at the top. And I just cut it down and applied the table scarf to it, and just kind of aged it up a little bit with some antique linen and some vintage photo just to give it kind of a grunge look. I want this to have a really, really old feel to it because of the theme that I'm going to do and what I want to use to do it. And so I just glued it on, and I'm going to wrap this around on the inside. I was going to do it on the outside, but it's not going to work for what I wanted to do. So what I'm going to put it on the inside after I cover the inside and tack it down here, so there'll be a tuck here on the inside of the cover, and I think that'll be real cute. And then I'm just going to put the signatures in. I may put a pocket here in the front after I decide what paper I'm going to put there. And like I said, it's going to be no sew. So these will, you know, basically be holding the signatures in. They will be tacked down on the outside, but on the inside, you would theoretically be able to remove your pages once you get them full or whatever, if you chose to do so. My idea for this is I want this to be as if it is an old diary or keepsake memento type thing that was found in a trunk, you know, after years and years and years. So that's kind of the thing that I'm looking for. It's going to be tucked full of all kinds of little mementos and things that, you know, a girl would have saved over the years. So that brings me to what we're going to do today in the next process, And that is, I've got a bunch of envelopes that I have tea dyed and inked up, and they're different sizes and different styles and all that. And we're going to stack these up, because what I want to do once we get these all stacked is I want them to look like a stack of letters that this person has received, and they're going to go stacked on top of this like this. So that, and I'm going to put a ribbon, you know, so it'll tie here, so that it looks like that she has collected all these letters and over time, and you know, stuck them in a trunk, and somebody has discovered them, you know, years later. And I know that's crazy. That's crazy where my mind goes sometimes. I even have somewhere one of Tim Holtz cabinet cards, look at my stash here, that I thought could be the bow, and I don't know what I've done with him now. The bow has left the building, but I thought we could stick his picture, you know, in the top, and that would be really cute. So let's get busy stacking these envelopes and get to decorating. So all of the playthings that are normally found in a journal, like your pockets and tucks and all that kind of stuff, are going to be in these envelopes rather than in this part that you would write in, which is a little bit different. But I'm hoping when it all comes together, it's going to be a cute idea and look real old and nostalgic. So, first, though, we have to get these stacked. The only thing I've done in preparation so far is I took 2 envelopes, and these can be any size. I just got 2. I went through and picked out several different ones that I had, but I picked out 2 to be my base that I thought were about the right size to sit on top of this. And so that's how I kind of chose my size. So if you have a different size journal, obviously you could use bigger ones, longer ones, thinner ones, whatever. But all I did was stick one flap inside the other and the other flap on the back. And I actually haven't even glued these down. The only reason that it glued down is when I coffee stained them, the little glue from the flap got wet and it kind of glued itself. So I'm going to tack the rest of that down real quick here. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. It's hot here today. I think it's hot everywhere. I watch the YouTube videos and everybody says, oh, it's so hot here today. I think it's just miserable everywhere right now. So, but it's mid-July, almost the end of July, so I guess it should be hot, right? Alright, smush these down a little bit. And you can grunge these up as much or as little as you want to, depending on your taste. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of stack these by size and see. Probably, okay, that one goes on top for sure. And what we're going to do is we want to alternate how these flip open. So, in other words, this one flips open this way. So, my next one, I want to flip open this way. And then my next one, I want to flip open the other way. And I'm going to put it on the very back. And after that first one, you can put them all on the back. Am I right in saying that? Yes. I had to think about that a minute, but yes, that is right. After you put the first one, you can put them all on the back. And we're just going to alternate back and forth. until we get all of our envelopes in place. As I fumble through this. And then this one, I'm going to cover that, but this was already made that way, which is a really cute little note card, but it's not going to work. This one is going to sit here and open like this. And then this little bitty one is going to sit here, just underneath the first one. And it'll flip like this. Okay. So let's start gluing some of these down now. So this one we'll glue here. And you don't want to glue them all the way to the crease because you want to have room for them to flip over. So just barely off the crease will work. So that one will flip this way. This one will be, actually we want to not glue that one yet because we want to cover this one first. So we're going to flip it over. I'm going to glue down these two flaps. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but it's really fun. And I think it's really cute. Part of the reason that I got into junk journaling is because I love, other than loving paper just in general, I love to look through old stuff. I used to love to go to my grandmother's because she was born in the 1800s. She actually lived to be 97, 96, 97, and so she had a lot of stuff that was really old, and it always fascinated me. And so I've always had a love for, you know, the old textiles and the old papers and things like that. So that's why I like junk journaling so much, is because I think it's a great way to preserve those things. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that I've glued everywhere that I need to. It's a great way to preserve those things that were, you know, actually made to be thrown away. Advertisements and, you know, that kind of thing. Okay. Uh-oh. I went the wrong way some way. So the biggest thing about this is remembering how to fold it back up. Okay, so that's my first one. This one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so there we go. There's our stack of envelopes. So now we can start covering these. And actually, I think I had that one on the top. Let's try them the other way. This one, no. This one. Oh, see, I've got myself confused. This one, this one, this one, and that one. Okay, I guess that's it. I thought I had that other one sitting on top to glue this to, but that's okay. This will still work. All right, so first let's cover the back. And the reason we're going to cover the back is because we are not going to glue it to the top of the journal. It's just going to sit on the top of the journal like this, so that the person can take it off if they want to. And so the first thing we want to do is figure out how we're gonna close it. And do I want to use a ribbon, or do I want to use a piece of lace? I think I may want to do no, I think I want to do a ribbon, because I'm thinking that, let me look at my papers here. Got a lot of pinks, but I'm gonna put blue, I think, on the actually I'm undecided. That's not good. If I do that, I won't be able to do that on the end. It's be too much. Actually, I could probably put, okay, let's do this. We're gonna rethink this. Craziness. We're gonna rethink how we do that, which I don't need to do that right now. And we're going to use a neutral, because I'm afraid that if I get in too big of a color, battle here. That I'm gonna regret it down the road. So this is what we're gonna use. And I'm taking off enough so that I can glue it on the back and tie a bow. And if I don't move faster, we're not gonna get a lot of this done. So I gotta quit thinking and just do. All right. So I'm gonna glue this right across the middle here. Whoops. Like this. Give it a good smush and hold it for just a second until it catches. I just went through and grabbed a bunch of papers that I thought looked kind of nostalgic and kind of romantic. From my scraps. That's what we use to cover everything with. Okay. be hunky-dory. Okay, so now let's find a piece of paper to put on the back of that. That's not quite tall enough. Hate to waste that on the back. It's not quite wide enough. Some of these may not be quite wide enough. I probably should have. That one will work. Okay, so I'm going to trim it just barely narrower. That's a hard word to say. Then my envelopes. I didn't pre-cut any of this because I wanted to show you guys how to put the envelopes together, and so it's going to slow us down a little bit, but I'll try to hurry as much as I can. Flowers actually have an up and down, so I want to make sure I'm not doing the wrong way. And I'm going to use art glitter glue. Sorry, that was mumbling, I'm sure. My bottle's about empty. I didn't fill it up this morning. Usually that's the first thing I do is fill my bottle up. Okay, so we're going to put this right here. And that's all I'm going to do to the back, because basically that is just to cover up our ribbon and cover up where we glued all our tabs, our flaps down. So that just gives it a nice finish off, and we're done. So now we'll flip it over and work on the right side. And we're going to need to determine where we want our pockets or whatever we're going to do. So let's find a piece for this. Now this is going to be on the very top underneath this. And so there's not going to be a whole lot of it showing. So we don't need to worry too much about what the paper is, because you're not going to see, and those are just not wide enough. I mean, I could do that and bring it all the way down to there, but you're still going to have a little bit showing. So what are we going to do? See, that one's too short too. I got too short of paper in my grabbing. Let's see. I could do a blue, but I bet those aren't. Oh, that one is wide enough. Okay. Maybe we'll do this one, and that'll give a little hint of blue, which will be good since we got some blue. On the journal, the actual journal part. Okay, that'll work. Because there won't be enough of it showing to make a huge difference. Put the glue on the envelope. So there's that one, and then we can glue this one down. Yeah, I'm gonna just glue it down. No flippy or anything on it since we've got the top opening flat going on. Oh, I shouldn't have glued all the way to the edge though. That's not gonna be good. Just keep that open a minute. Not quite wide enough. Where is, I know I had some book page down here somewhere. Not wide enough. It's gonna be the story of my life, I think. Now I can't see my mark. You guys do that? Make your mark and then you go to cut it and you can't find it. Okay, that'll work there. Okay, and since we've already kind of started that collage look going there, we'll continue that. All right, so let's see. I think I want a more cardstocky piece there because we have, there's my guy, I'm sure he was a nice looking man back then. Yep, do a piece of this and a piece of this. Okay, where's my, there it is. I'm sure that I seem very disorganized today. I'm not. This is my norm. Panic and chaos. You just don't see that normally because it's not in here. That's what it is. I'm just ripping up some paper here. Okay. Get up. I'm going to try to get these covered, and then we can worry about the decorating probably in the next video. I don't even know if we can manage to get them all covered. And I apologize for my last video. I watched it back and I saw it kind of cut off this whole side over here. I think it was the formatting that I hit when I had it downloading to my video management software. Sorry, I didn't realize it until I watched it back. Oh, that's cute on the back too, isn't it? I think this is Tim Holtz paper. Now we can go back over here. We took care of our little flippy flat. And work on these. Alright, so I want to leave that tuck. I think I will, because I think that's where we'll tuck this young man, right in there like that. So, need to cover this. I'm thinking I need something. It's not big enough. Oh my goodness. Oh, I wanted to show you. These are some of the embellishments I'm going to put in. These are the little German scrapbooking pieces that I found at the antique shop. And they're very, very fragile. And they're just sitting over there in my book. And if I don't use them, they're going to get just all broken up and whatever. So they're going to be safer glued down somewhere. But I think they're just absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to use some of those in here. So I'm excited about that. No, 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 no. Maybe this yellow piece that I keep trying to use. Could do that and then transition it into something with the pink and yellow. That might work. That blue is throwing me off. Should have thought out the blue a little more. Even though there's not enough of it showing to even matter, honestly. Let me get. Okay, so we got pinks and blues and greens, so we should be good with any of this. Oh, wait. That's muted. Actually, I like the idea of that one right there, to be honest. Okay, so let's do that. That. Then we'll get a transitional piece. We might even do some book page. What we don't have. Actually, I could do something like that. I think I like the book page. Alright, so let's do some ripping on this. Not that way. It feels like two. Because it is. in the scrap bin. Alright, so it needs to come off just a tad. Sure, I just stuck my head in there. If I did, I'm sorry. Ah. Upside down. Alright, I'm gonna try to put glue stick on this so that I can get it back behind that envelope. Ah, don't rip more. And on the flap, I'm most interested in just covering this little area. Okay, so let's do that and then do like another piece of book page or something. Use glue stick on this one as well. Really don't want that white spot there. Okay, so let's do that. And then maybe take a piece of this to kind of tie it in. And I will not use glue stick on that because it's cardstock, so it's thicker. I don't trust glue stick with that. Okay. So that's our little first little opening will be there. I'm wondering, should I, let's put a little notch in there. Just for good measure. I wish I could bend that backwards to get that. There we go, that's pretty good. So we'll make some kind of little card or something to go down in there. And that. See, this is why I hate glue stick. Not worth it. Okay. So we'll make some kind of little journal card to go down in that spot, and then we'll have like the little tuck spot for our little gentleman friend. And this is Tim Holt's little cabinet card thing. We'll stick him in there like that, and he'll also hold that flap down really nice. Okay, so there's where we are. And so this will flip open then, and then we can decide if we want to open this up, or if we're going, and I'm almost thinking I want to put a pocket right here to slide something in right there. And then on this one, I think if this is going to flip out like this, I'm thinking I want this edge out here to be where it opens. So let's find something that'll coordinate here. And as these envelopes get smaller, my papers that I have picked out are gonna fit better, which is good. Because they're all about the same size, actually. So this one, we're going to trim about there, and we're going to trim. Did you all watch, have you been watching any of the Olympics? I kind of watched part of the opening ceremonies last night, which of course was a replay, but it just doesn't seem the same. I think they would have been better off just waiting another year. I know that there's a lot of money and stuff invested, but poor athletes. I'm sure they are excited to be there, but I'm sure they would also like to have fans watching them. doesn't make their win of medals any less gratifying, I'm sure, but it's nice to have support when you're participating in the sport. Or anything, for that matter. Anything we do, we like to be supported in it. Alright, so that's that. And then we will snip along this edge and open it up to make our pocket. Like so. Move that back up. Glue that down. Alright. And on the inside here, let me ink this side as well. I watch. I much prefer the Winter Olympics to the Summer Olympics, but they did bring back softball this year, which is exciting. My daughter played softball all the way through college. And my son-in-law played baseball. So that's exciting to see those back, but from what I heard last night, they're only back for this one, and then they're going to go away again, so I'm not sure how they determine things like that, but I would much rather watch a softball or baseball game than watch basketball. Although my daughter also played basketball in college, in high school. Just not a huge basketball fan. Alright, so there's that one. With our pocket here. Oop, oop, Tammy. Don't be lifting it before the glue dries. Okay, so now we have this one in the middle. And I need to be getting more organized here with my scraps. Now, I have this belly band that I think goes really well with this theme. You know, I might put that there. That would work, actually. Really cute. Okay, so we're going to put the belly band here. This is one of those we made during the mass makes. And it just happens to have really good colors to go with this journal. So we're going to cut that off. I'm going to put it there, and that's going to take care of about that whole little area. If you didn't see that video, it is available. It's using the coffee dyed paper and just mess making a bunch of them so you have them to put in your journals. You can just grab and go. All right, like that. Yep, liking it. Okay, so now that will kind of determine what color we want to put here too, since it's right next to it. So let's see what we got. I keep trying to use this yellow piece, and it actually will fit now. So I've got this one. We've already used this one. That one's too bright for this area. That's too much. Yep. I think this is going to be it. Cut this little edge off. Okay, so we want to go not all the way to the crease. So about right there. About right there. Ink this one up. I don't know what that is on the back of there. Looks like, oh, it's some kind of bees or something. It's upside down. And I'm sorry, I can't tell you where most of these paper scraps are from because they were just in my scrap bin. And so some of them have probably been there for years. All right, so there's the base of that one. And where do we want to open? We've got this one opened here. So I'm thinking maybe we want this one to open at the top. So let's trim the top off. All right, so that made our pocket. And then we're gonna glue just this little spot right here. Very, very, very edge. And then when we cover this, that will cover that and take care of that spot. You just don't want to put glue here on your paper that you're going to glue down. Just go down the side here. What's going on here? Okay. All right, something is amiss. Okay. Okay, we're good. All right, so here. I think I may do, I was trying to save these for this big spread. I don't like that one. Okay, let's do this one. Lost my mark again. Okay, so I'm going to put the glue on the envelope so that I don't mess up and put glue on that little open spot. And close up the pocket that we opened up. That's going to be good. And if you'll notice, when I picked these papers, I picked things that were similar but that were not matchy-matchy, because one of the things that I loved about going through my grandmother's things and seeing her things is how beautiful things were that weren't matchy-matchy. Because when they quilted or when they you know, made things, they used scrap pieces of stuff, and they used whatever they had, whether it be a feed sack to make an apron, or, you know, my grandmother had 6 sons, and she would make a quilt out of all their old shirts, and it's that kind of thing that made made all of that so beautiful, because it shouldn't have gone together. It shouldn't have made sense together, but it was beautiful. And So that's why in this I am intentionally not matchy. You know, I'm not picking things that go together for that very reason. If that makes any sense whatsoever. And why, how did I miss that whole edge? And why I am, when I'm going through and picking things here, you know, they're not matching, and you may think that I'm crazy. I have a reason for what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that in the end it will come together and make sense. All right, I am kind of out of paper scraps. I thought I pulled enough over here. See, I can use that on that, and I didn't, so I'm going to put you on pause for a minute and go grab some more. And also, I'm not sure how long I've been filming, so if it has been too long, I will just start another video and we'll just go to do a part 2. Otherwise, I'll be right back and we'll continue where we left off.